Monks are a strange group. They feed on the energy of ki, or like the self of personality. But maybe not just people have this personality, these traits, but also animals. Hello, welcome back, or welcome to DIS. I am Dissidia, and you are hearing me speak again, or for the first time. Whichever it is, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am glad to see you here. And today, we are going to go into our next monk subclass. This one is called The Way of the Five Animals, which looks really interesting. Not a lot of features, but a lot of options, which is fun. And it seems, now that I think of it, it seems a bit like Eastern, like Asian kind of themes, which is very cool. Kind of what the monks are supposed to be, or what they're kind of based off of. So it's cool that someone's added this into it. But without further ado, let's get into it. All right. Monastic Order, Way of the Five Animals. This may take a while, but let's go for it. Way of the Five Animals. You follow a monastic tradition that mimics the movements of animals, embodying their power, grace, and agility. When you focus your ki, you can unleash the power of nature into attacks that are as beautiful as they are deadly. Some monks of this style spend their lives dedicated to only a handful of animal forms. Others travel the world seeking to learn as many new techniques as possible. Many monks of this tradition appear unsuspecting in plain garb, but will adopt the mannerisms of their chosen animal styles when entering combat. Others may choose to wear more elaborate costumes, adorn their bodies with animal tattoos, or choose some other way of expressing their favored style. Animal disciplines. When you choose this tradition at 3rd level, you take the first steps of the journey towards mastery of the Way of the Five Animals. You may learn any 2 of the animal disciplines listed below, which modify your unarmed bonus attacks and offer additional maneuvers. You may learn 1 additional animal discipline of your choice at 6th, 11th, and 17th level. Anytime you learn a new discipline, you may also replace an old discipline you know with a new one, but you may never know more than 5 disciplines at a time. When every one of the techniques below alters your martial arts die, alters your unarmed strike, the damage is equal to 2 rolls of your martial arts die unless stated otherwise. These techniques are still considered unarmed attacks for you. Crane's Beak. When an opponent successfully hits you with a melee attack, you may spend 1 ki point as a reaction to make an unarmed attack, inflicting piercing damage. If your attack hits, the target must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or be blinded or deafened, your choice, until the start of their next turn. Dragon's Tail. You may spend 1 ki point to give your unarmed attacks the reach property, increasing their range by 5 feet. This effect lasts for 1 hour. Eagle Claw. Provided you have already moved at least 10 feet on your turn, you may spend 1 ki point to then jump double your jump distance and make a bonus unarmed attack doing piercing damage. Whilst using this feature, another creature's space is not considered difficult terrain for you, and you take no fall damage. Horse Stance. You gain the sure-footed trait and have advantage on strength and dexterity saving throws made against effects that would knock you prone. Additionally, you may spend 1 ki point when making an unarmed attack to attempt to shove your opponent 10 feet. I don't think it has anything to do with those traits, which is fine. I think the traits are what they said, because there's a couple other traits, I think. So there's Horse Stance. Leopard's Paw. Provided that you have moved at least 20 feet towards a creature and hit it on the same turn, you can spend 1 ki point to attempt to knock it prone as a bonus action. Mantis Hooks. Whenever you make an attack action whilst grappling a creature, you may spend 1 key point to cast the Sapping Sting cantrip as a bonus action. Monkey Paw. You add your performance modifier to any rolls made to hit a target with your unarmed bonus attacks. Additionally, you may spend 1 key point to give yourself advantage on saving throws against being grappled for 1 round. Snake Hand. As a reaction, when an opponent successfully hits you with a melee attack, you may spend 1 key point to attempt to grapple that opponent. An enemy creature grappled by you has disadvantage on ability checks made to escape your grapple. Tiger Claw. Your unarmed bonus attacks inflict slashing damage. If you hit an enemy creature with this feature, you may spend 1 key point to lower that creature's AC by 1 for 1 minute. You may use this feature only twice per short or long rest, and may not use it more than once on the same creature. Interesting. Animal styles throughout the multiverse. The animal styles found in this subclass are chosen to be indicative of creatures commonly found throughout the majority of campaign settings. However, there is nothing to stop you reimagining or modifying the disciplines and forms found here. For example, Leopard's Paw could become Displacer Beast's Paw, or Golden Leopard's Strikes Through Forest could become Fastiath Strikes Through Forest if you're adventuring in Eberron. Interesting. Chimeric Combinations. Starting at 6th level, whenever you make an unarmed strike with Flurry of Blows, you can choose to inflict either bludgeoning, slashing, or piercing damage. Advanced Animal Forms. Your continued training and studies have unlocked more advanced animal style techniques to employ in combat. Starting at 6th level, at level 6, you may select 2 of the advanced animal forms below, provided you meet the level requirements. You may select 1 other advanced form at 11th and 17th level, but may never know more than 4 at a time. Anytime you learn a new form, you may also replace an old form you know with a different one. Any traits, proficiencies, or abilities you gained are lost when you swap out a form. Once a day you may use 1 form for free, but may not do so again until you complete a long rest. All other uses come at the key costs in the feature descriptions. Eagle Spreads Its Wings. Requires Monk level 6. Whenever you use the Step of the Wind feature, you may first make 1 free unarmed strike. Also, you may cast Zephyr Strike as an action for the cost of 2 key points. Imperial Bull Charges. Requires Monk level 6. If you move at least 20 feet straight towards a target and hit it with an attack on the same turn, you may spend 2 key points to deal additional piercing or bludgeoning damage, your choice, equal to your martial die plus your proficiency bonus. You may do additional damage in the same way for each key point you expend. Monkey Climbs Tree. Requires Monk level 6. You have advantage on perception checks so long as you are wielding a staff or spear. Also, whenever you attack a creature with a staff or spear, you may spend a 2 key points to do so with advantage. Tiger Steel's Heart. Requires Monk level 6. Whenever you successfully hit an enemy creature with Tiger Claw, you may spend an additional 2 key points to have that creature make a Constitution saving throw. If it fails, it is frightened until the end of its next turn. If it saves, it is incapacitated until the end of its next turn. Snake Shoots Venom. Requires Monk level 6. You may spend 2 key points to infuse your ranged weapon attacks with poison for 1 hour. If the attacks hit, they do additional poison damage equal to 1 roll of your martial arts die plus your wisdom modifier. Crane Stands Amongst the Cockerels. Requires Monk level 11. Your wisdom score increases by 1. If you spend 10 minutes meditating on your surroundings, you learn the locations of simple traps within a 50-foot radius. Additionally, you do not trigger simple traps of levels 1 through 4. This increases to traps of levels 5 through 10, 11 through 16, and 17 through 20, at monks level 6, 7, 11, and 17 respectively. Okay. Dog boxing. Requires monk level 11. You have advantage on an attack roll against a creature if at least one allied creature is within 5 feet of it. Additionally, whenever an allied creature within 5 feet of you successfully hits an enemy creature, you may spend 3 key points to make an unarmed strike bonus attack on that same enemy creature as a reaction. Dragon plays with water. Requires at monk level 11. Whenever you reduce a creature to 0 hit points, you may spend 3 key points and make a bonus action to move up to half your movement speed and make 2 unarmed attacks, doing slashing damage against another creature. Dragon shoots pearl. Requires monk level 11. As an action, you may spend 3 key points to cast Chromatic Orb at 2nd level, and increasing to 3rd level when you reach monk level 17, for the cost of 4 key points. Leopard watches fire. Requires monk level 11. You gain the Vigilant trait and cannot be surprised. When an enemy creature you can see attacks another creature that is within 5 feet of you, you can use your reaction to spend 3 key points and make 2 bonus unarmed attacks against that target. Interesting. Mantis exits cave. Requires monk level 11. Any creature that hits you with a melee attack within 5 feet takes piercing damage equal to your martial arts dice. Also, whenever an enemy creature that you can see moves within 10 feet of you, you may spend 3 key points to make an opportunity attack doing piercing damage without using any movement. Interesting. Snake basking in mist. Requires monk level 11. You gain the blind sight and tremor sense traits to a range of 100 feet, and are aware of the location of any hidden or invisible creatures. Also, provided you do not move on your last turn, the first attack made against you has disadvantage. You may spend 3 key points to impose disadvantage on each attack following the first. Tiger snatches goat. Requires monk level 11. When initiative is rolled, you may spend 3 key points to make a surprise attack against one enemy creature. If the attack hits, it does bonus damage equal to 3 rolls of your martial arts die, plus your wisdom modifier. Additionally, you may cast Staggering Smite as an action for the cost of 3 key points, doing slashing damage. Eagle seizes Gullet. Requires monk level 11. Your range for making the grapple action is increased by 5 feet, and you always make grapple checks with your choice of strength, athletics, or dexterity acrobatics. When you are grappling a creature, you may spend 3 key points to make 3 unarmed bonus attacks, doing any combination of piercing or slashing damage, your choice. Any creature successfully grappled cannot speak for 1 hour. Golden Leopard strikes through forest. Requires monk level 17. Whenever you knock an opponent... Okay, good. Whenever you knock an opponent prone with Leopard's Paw, you may spend 3 key points to make 1 bonus unarmed attack against up to 3 creatures in a 10-foot radius. Damage for these attacks is equal to 3 rolls of your martial arts die plus your wisdom modifier. Lost Drunken Monkey. Requires monk level 17. You gain proficiency in the performance skill and 1 musical instrument of your choice. Also, by spending 3 key points, you may cast Otto's Irresistible Dance as an action. Monkey steals peaches. Requires monk level 17. When you hit an enemy creature with a melee attack, you can impose the following conditions, lasting for 1 minute. incapacitated for 2 key points, stunned 3 key points, paralyzed 4 key points. And finally, Phoenix Eye Fist requires monk level 17. You may spend 3 key points to enter a state of divine fury lasting for 5 minutes. Any creatures that move within 10 feet of you or start their turn there take 4d10 slashing damage and 1d10 radiant damage. Very interesting. I'm a bit windy. I'm going to take a bit before doing the review, but we'll go on to that. On to the review, just going back over to it. All in all, I like it. I like the variability. Kind of reminds me of like the Way of the Four Elements monk. But I think this is a bit better. There's a lot more options, and I don't think the key cost is that bad. But I'm not entirely sure. It'd be interesting if there were more options, but seeing that, or more like features, but seeing the different options and have different level prerequisites, I think I'm fine with that. I like the, any of them overpowered or underpowered? I don't think so. I think they're pretty well balanced, and there are some that intentionally can be used better for different things, or unintentionally, depending. I like the blurb of like the throughout the multiverse changing it. Let's see here. I'd love to see this in play. It allows for a variety of like play styles for a specific monk subclass, which I really like. I like the idea of options rather than like power, or kind of a mixture of both. I like the idea of like, yeah, you can do options, and then once you get a little higher level in that option gains in power too. Kind of a mix between like D&D and like Pathfinder 2e from what I've heard. I'd love to like kind of create that somehow. Anywho, I don't think this should be any other subclass. This is too similar to any other subclass, or it should be any other class, which is nice. Let's see. Keep in your mind my sister's D&D inspired bar idea. Whenever that comes out, that'll be for a little while, but keeping the ball rolling, talking about it. I am, let's see, we're still doing streaming. I did do Helltaker on Friday. Finished through that. I'm going to try to download some mods for that to play through that another time. And then going into Lego Indiana Jones. I've got Lego Indiana Jones 2, so we'll do that next, after that. And on Wednesdays, I'm still doing Dragon Fable. I just got the weapon I wanted, which is super powerful, which I love. It's like, let me blaze through that like quest that I was using to get enough gold to get it. So I'm kind of tempted to get farm for the other weapons because those are cool. But I think I'm going to stick with what I have for now. And then later I can go through that. Anywho, what else? Join me next video where we do some lore crafting around it. This should be an interesting lore crafting. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, do different things. What else? Previous episode, channel subscription, like, comment, subscribe, share if you want to. If you want to help me in any way, support me in any way, email me, join my Discord server, comment down below. Comment down below your thoughts on this subclass. What else? Anything else? Not that I can think of. I will see you guys in the next video. Where is my mouse? It's somewhere. Oh, there it is. This idiot. The sun is starting to peek through. This idiot. Ow.